The other one.
Leket, that's the stuff.
Leket.
The left behind. You know, when she can go collect what several other people had come through.
I wish I'd known these things because Motzi Shaba is walking her from shul with this woman. She said, "Hey Levi, I'd like to offer you some of my leket, my meiser, and my payet."
Okay.
And I said, "Chas v'shalom." But I didn't realize what she was offering me.
And you honored her offer.
I thought she thought I was a man of low morals, but I didn't realize that she was offering a mitzvah.
Yeah, she was willing to pay you for it. I mean, she was willing to give you money.
I feel so foolish.
Ah, terrible. Do you have anything for this week? Because I have one more thing left, but I've been yakking. So
No, I'm done.
Don't you have nothing?
No, I have nothing. I just said totally inappropriate comments about Orientals.
What got you into that?
It was just the talk of the bailout.
Oh.
They bailed me out.
All right. Okay, I have one last thing, and then we'll start the Parsha, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Viewer Manuel, who's a big fan of the show. I got.
You think he's an illegal immigrant?
Illegal?
Yeah.
Well, it's impossible. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's from Puerto Rico, so that's part of the United States.
Okay.
That's part of the United States. They actually.
He writes well, so I don't think he is illegal.
No, he can't be
because
illegal.
most illegals aren't even high school
It can't be illegal. Yeah. He's from Puerto Rico. It's part of the United States. Yeah. The beauty of Puerto Rico, man, they're like sitting
There's
pretty.
There's some hot chicks there.
Well, it's sitting pretty. They have a technicality where and we're part of the United States, right? So right. You don't have to come in and try to get. You are a citizen, right? But but they're independent enough, you know, so that. Oh, we don't have to pay your taxes. You know, so like that's why all the companies went down there. They sucked down all of our jobs. Like I used to be a kosher foods inspector, and out on Terminal Island here, you know where that is?
No.
There were 3 big tuna plants, and the 3 big tuna factories for in the United States were Pan Pacific, Star Kiss, which is Hunt's, and Chicken of the Sea, which is I can't remember who they are. Are they Heinz or something? Whatever, right? And it was those 3 companies were the 3 big tuna manufacturers, and they all like couldn't do business in California. It cost too much to do business in California. And they picked up and they found like the best places to go. If you go overseas, then you have to pay an import to bring in it in, right? And you know you have to pay all those tariffs. But if you're part of the United States, you don't have to pay a tariff to bring it in. So they moved it to Puerto Rico and Pago Pago, which are in the United States borders. They don't have to pay a tariff to come in, right? But they don't have to pay a tax where they are. And then,
What would you say the 3 biggest Puerto Rican contributions to American culture?
You know, Manuel's going to kill me after this because, you know, we're talking about Puerto Rico. We just lost a fan.
Seriously, like, who would, like, you know, just name off some of the great Puerto Rican classical musicians, some of the great Puerto Rican
I'll let him do that.
Novelists.
I don't know anything.
Like the 5 biggest Puerto Rican philosophers.
I don't know.
5 leading Puerto Rican theologians.
I don't know the answers to this, okay? But that doesn't mean anything.
The 3 greatest economists to come from Puerto Rico.
I don't know the answers to this, okay? But that doesn't mean anything because I don't know anything, okay? I don't know anything. But he's going to kill you, and this is the end of him being a fan of the show. So, way to go, Levi.
The best opera is written in Puerto Rico.
Way to lose a fan. Way to alienate one of your fans, Levi. Way to go. How would you like it if you were like tuned in for like Catholic talks, right? You tune in for Catholic talks, but and you're a Jewish guy, and you tune in for Catholic talks.
And then they know.
And
Ricky Martin.
No. You tune in for Catholic talks, Levi.
Yeah.
And it takes place in
the Vatican.
It takes place in I don't know where it takes place. Okay, it takes place in Italy or some shit. You know, it takes place someplace. Okay, and you tune in and you're like, you know, a big fan of the show and you like have a respect for them. And then they like mention you. They go, oh yeah, you know, Luke Ford. He's that fag from California, and that's where they have. Oh, you know, California's famous for. That's what they're famous for. Like, you know, same-sex marriage. You know, like, you know, what else are they famous for? Like herpes and, you know, STDs and, oh, he was involved in porn. gay porn. I bet you he's involved in gay porn. You know, it's like, you know, are you going to tune in the following week? Are you going to send them money after that?
Let me just ask you this. How would you like to be, like, walking the streets of New York on Puerto Rico Day Parade? Like, how come it's always so criminally violent? What is it about Puerto Ricans that drives them to so much criminal violence?
You know what?
When they do the Puerto Rico Day Parade.
Let me ask you this.
Like, businesses, like, wall up their businesses because they're so tired of Puerto Ricans coming along, like, throwing rocks in their windows and, like, rampaging and looting
I hope
and
you cut
raping.
this segment. You better cut this segment out. He's gonna be offended by this.
I don't think Manuel does this. He does not strike me as the kind of guy who
I
lives
think
in rape.
I really think you should cut this whole segment out.
But like Puerto Rican Day Parade is just a disaster. I
You're
mean, there's
offending him. Why would you offend one of our viewers? Because he's one of my friends? Because he's one of my friends, you have to...
You're right. Let's talk about D-Medic's mental health.
Because he's one of my friends. We have to momish and, you know, trash the guy.
I wasn't trashing him. I was trashing Puerto Rico.
You know, like if I brought in like somebody who happened to be African American, you sit there and of course you would. You trash blacks every week.
That's for sure.
You trash blacks every week.
That's for sure.
You know, I would say, oh, we have a viewer, Jamal or something, you know, out there, and you would go, and you would say like, yeah.
I wonder if he got into medical school. That affirmative action.
Yeah. Did his dad bail? You know, or
Yeah, did his dad bail?
does he know the last name of his dad? And how many brothers named Jamal do they have? How many brothers named Jamal do they have? And how many do they call them all by their last names? And how much welfare money did he suck down by the time he was 18? And, you know, and it's like, you think he's going to tune in the following week after taking all that? You know, actually, I think he would. You know why? Black people think we're funny. Black people get us. You know, so I don't. You know, I used to go up on stage.
Some of my biggest fans of black
Oh,
people.
so definitely. When I was on stage all the time, and I saw a room full of black people, I said, "Oh my God, it's like second best to having Catholics out there." If I saw a room full of black people, I said, "This is a room I'm going to win over like that." And you know, the only thing you have to get used to is black audiences are very loud.
Yeah.
They're not like...
They talk back to the movie.
They talk back and
like, don't go to a movie with a lot of black people. It's like talking back at the screen.
Oh my God, it's like a completely different culture. I'm on stage with white people, and they're very respectful. They want to hear the joke.
Right.
They want to hear what you have to say. So
Right.
they're like cracking up, and I wait for them to finish laughing, and then I say my two words, and then they laugh some more, and then we play like this game, this back and forth. It don't work that way with black people. You say your two words, they all start laughing, right?
Right.
And then when they're all start laughing, you try to say your two words, you can't get them out because like you got like three blacks screaming stuff, right? And you're like, what? Because you can't ignore it. Like they're screaming stuff. And so, like, you have to, like, work your act in around what their act. Because they become, like, bigger, louder than you. You got the microphone, and these people are screaming from the back of the room. So it's just something you got to get used to when you play a black room. They come, they want to laugh, they pay their money, they want to laugh, and they want to be heard. They want to be heard. They want to be part of the show.
Well, there's one thing they do not want to do. That's leave a tip.
No. Where did you get that from?
Blacks don't like to tip.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Google it.
Blacks don't tip?
They don't like to leave tips.
Now, the one thing
Australians don't, and blacks don't.
Now, the one thing I know about blacks that's a stereotypical truth is they come late. Like, there's a thing called Jewish time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the wedding is called for 7. The chuppah
Right.
is at 7, right? The ceremony is at 7. What does that mean? That means it's like 8 o'clock is the ceremony. It's not going to be at 7. They want everybody there so they can throw it on at 8. It's really 8. But it's called for 7 to make sure you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Black people, you send them an invitation that says 7, that means that's when they start getting ready. They're going to be there like 9:30. So when you play like a black club, and it says like the show says like 7:30, you know you're not coming on stage till 11. Just what happens. Because nobody's going to be there at 7:30. Nobody's there till 9. That's how they handle it.
One thing they're not really into in the black community is gay marriage.
No, that's the reason why Proposition 8 passed.
Yeah.
Because Obama ran, so all the blacks came out to vote for Obama.
And they
voted
for Proposition 8.
They voted for Proposition 8. You know, it's like, and I'm saying everybody, and then they had like, you know, they want to make a new proposition and do it again, right? And I'm saying like.